Hey guys, it's Car Guy 11. I have the brand new 2023 Mazda CX50 behind me, and this is a fully loaded turbo all-wheel drive premium plus. So I'm excited to get into it and check out their newest SUV on the market. And this doesn't replace the CX5, but it is a slightly bigger, and we'll get into that. The last Mazda I reviewed was the Mazda 3 turbo all-wheel drive, and I loved it. So I'm hoping it transfers over to an SUV format. So let's go check it out. So it's been a week since I've been driving the 2023 Mazda CX50 Turbo Premium Plus, a fully loaded model. And as I said, they are keeping the CX5. This model is slightly bigger. So it's 3 inches wider and 5.7 inches longer. So it's a bit bigger for sure. And you do get a lot of cargo space in the back. Plenty of rear seat room, 2 rows of seats in this vehicle. Mazda still has the CX-9 if you want the 3rd row. The styling is also updated, a little bit more chunky styling. It's definitely wider with the back bulges. And you know what? It feels big on the road. It definitely feels wider. It is a little bit taller as well. And I think they wanted to go for more of that off-road feel, although Mazda, still prioritizes the sports car feeling even in their SUVs. Now, one thing about Mazda, you'll feel comfortable in any of their models because after reviewing several of them, all the controls are pretty much the same throughout all the models. The infotainment system's the same, the dash is the same with the same options. The other thing about the Mazda dash, it does not show tire pressures. Even in this top of the line $43,000 vehicle, no individual tire pressure readings. It'll alert you if a tire pressure is low, but it doesn't tell you the pressures. There's not a lot of customization of the dash either. There's no radio stations, for example. Transmission's the same. Even the engine lineup is the same. And as I said, this is the turbo model. You have a naturally aspirated option as well. This is a 2.5 liter turbo 4-cylinder, which gives 256 horsepower and 320 pound-feet of torque on premium fuel. You can also run this on regular fuel. And it has pretty decent pickup. It does have a little bit of lag down low. It does not feel as peppy as the Mazda 3 hatch turbo I reviewed. And that's because it weighs 500 pounds more. Yes, this is about 3,900 pounds. Now you do feel the weight in more than just the power. It does affect handling and ride as well. Although it does handle very nicely still, and it does have a firm sports car-like ride actually. Now this does have Mazda's torque vectoring system, which does a combination of reducing power, braking an inside wheel to help you turn in better. I actually do think I feel that. It holds the line more than you think it would in a corner. It's a little bit unnatural feeling, but it does its job. But that's if you're gonna be driving this vehicle in an aggressive manner, which most people won't. Okay, I'll take it around some of these tighter bends. Yeah, it's very flat for an SUV. Corner's very flat. This does have wide 245, 40, 20-inch tires. So that does help with handling. And these are wider than any of the other smaller SUVs Mazda produces. They come with 225s. So they grip well, but as I said, they do have a ride penalty. It does ride harsher with these 20-inch tires, smaller sidewall. And as I said, the suspension is firm, and that is to control all this weight and the SUV body type, which rides a little higher. But in addition, the chassis rigidity just isn't there. I think with the enlarged dimensions, there's more cabin space in here, and it just isn't as solid feeling compared to those smaller vehicles. All right, I'm gonna do full throttle acceleration from this stop. I'm gonna brake torque it as well. Yeah, not bad. And if you brake torque it, you get rid of any of that turbo lag. And it's 0 to 60 in about 7 seconds in this vehicle, which is slower than that Mazda 3 hatch I reviewed. And again, it's because of that 500-pound difference. So weight affects every part of the vehicle: acceleration, handling, braking, and ride. Brakes feel okay. Oh, when you come to a stop, it does have the start-stop system. You can defeat it. There is a button in the cabin. But again, it's adequate power for most people. I'd be afraid to get one of these with the base naturally aspirated 2.5 liter 4-cylinder. That would probably be pretty slow. As I said, this is the heaviest vehicle that I believe Mazda sells with that naturally aspirated engine. Let's do hard acceleration, left-hander from this turn. Yep, Mazda does all-wheel drive right. They push the power to the rear. This, of course, is a front-wheel drive-based vehicle. And I never saw a slip from the front this whole week I had it. Unfortunately, I didn't have any wet weather to test it in. This four-wheel drive system is fully automatic, and it is not afraid to push power to the rear, which is awesome. That's the best part about this system, and what others fail to do, including in my Jeep. Often the front wheels will spin before the rears catch in. Transmission, it's a 6-speed auto. They've been using this for many, many, many years. It's smooth enough, but you know, these days you do feel the lock of gears, but it's not bad. I mean, it's a decent transmission. It does have paddles. You can go into manual mode and it will actually hold gears. It's decently responsive too. It does pipe in some sound from the stereo. It does have the sport mode, which again makes the transmission hold gears longer. It doesn't really affect too much else. It also has an off-road mode. Again, they're trying to tailor this vehicle more towards off-road, and they're coming out with an off-road trim for this model as well. The steering in this vehicle is very heavy, and you know what? It's not adjustable with that sport mode, and it might be a little bit too heavy for some, so you definitely want to feel that out. And I don't feel like it gives additional feel, it's just the weight of it is very heavy. It could have been lighter. What shines in this Mazda and all Mazdas is the interior. It is very premium in here. The stitched dash is very soft. I think it's actually leather. It feels like leather with the terracotta interior. Very nice looking, premium looking. Leather wrap steering wheel, heated steering wheel, although the heat is only on the 9 and 3 position, not the full wheel, which is unfortunate as well. It does have cooled seats in this top of the line model, which is a nice feature. Also has memory seats. It has a nice panoramic sunroof, which is not on their smaller SUVs. The only thing is it doesn't open very far, but it does have a power shade and it brings a lot of light into this cabin. The stereo is the awesome Bose sound system that's available on a lot of Mazdas. It sounds great. It does have wireless CarPlay and Android Auto. Unfortunately, it's not touchscreen unless you're stopped, but it's pretty far away, so you end up using the rotary dial by the shifter here, which is easy enough, and I'm used to it. I actually prefer that so you don't fingerprint up the screen. Do a nice acceleration. And again, no front wheel spin. I floored it there from this right-hand turn. This has the same safety system that Mazda offers in its other offerings, and that includes the adaptive cruise control with the low speed lane centering. Unfortunately, they haven't updated it to high speed yet, and I do have a clip of me actually using it in traffic, and it's called Traffic Jam Assist, so I'll show you that. So this is the Traffic Jam Assist. It only works below 40 miles an hour. That's the only time it'll center you in the lane. I guess it's doing okay. It's fairly straight right here, but it does definitely do the stop and go. It wants me to put my hands on the wheel. Here's a curve coming up. It is steering. Also, the adaptive cruise control itself is not very responsive as far as if somebody, you know, leaves the lane and you have to speed up. It's very lazy to regain speed, so I often have to use my accelerator to get back up to speed where it should be able to speed up on its own. It's doing this low speed lane centering okay. I do see it in the heads up display with the, it's showing me it sees the lane line, so that's good. But again, systems should be more advanced at this point. I know Mazda's a small company, but I thought with a new model, they would update that. Now this is rated for 25 miles per gallon combined by the EPA, and I'm getting about 20 to 21 miles per gallon in mixed driving over 300 miles that I had this vehicle. So as I said, this is a fully loaded Premium Plus turbo model that comes in at $43,000. You know, that is pricey for a Mazda. I don't know if you need to go up that high. I think it makes more sense in the $30,000 range, although the interior is very nice in this vehicle. But I think you get a lot of the niceness in the other models of the lineup, the CX5 or CX30. So guys, what do you think of the new CX50 and the new naming scheme they're using? Would you consider this model? It is a nice model. I'd probably wait at this point for their rear-wheel drive offerings they're going to be coming out with later this year. And hopefully they'll add more features and something new, because this is almost more like a refresh to me of like the CX5. It doesn't really bring any new features. But guys, I appreciate you watching and the support on the channel that helps me get these vehicles. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.